Hello, welcome everyone back to another video. Magic Cat today, back in the crypto video. I hope you guys do well, ladies and gentlemen. In today's banger video, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump. 5 ways he's going to take Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto industry to the moon, as he mentions. This will be as a re-summary from the Bitcoin conference of 2024 where he spoke, and as well from other points. So we watch the whole video through to stay up to date with the latest and greatest news, and as well I really appreciate your guys' support. Before we jump into that, we're going to quickly show the highlighted comment from Grow Survive Thrive 597. Says, keep cooking. Nice one. Appreciate your positivity. Thank you. And of course, a big thank you to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel, the DeFi Insiders. Now, going back to it, straight into point number 1, Donald Trump says from day 1 he will fire Gary Gensler. Guys, okay, if you guys didn't know who he is the current chairman of the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, known unfortunately for them trying to impede innovation of the crypto industry and specifically crypto businesses in the United States. We've seen it from cases with XRP, Uniswap, and right now currently with Richard Hart, Pulsechain, and Hex. Even though I do have confidence that they will beat, as in Richard Hart will beat the case, but it does impede things and it does take time, etc., and it does create bearish energy and stuff like that. But this is very good news in my opinion, because you want to replace it with someone who actually cares about crypto, someone who doesn't want to impede it, someone who doesn't want to slow it down, who want to keep the United States the leading country, the leading nation with the Bitcoin industry, mining and innovation, etc. So moving on to the second point, Shutdown, which kind of relates, by the way. Shutdown, Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, if you guys didn't know about Operation Choke Point 2.0, it basically means just that, the choke points of the crypto industry and shutting down the fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. That is very, very bearish the crypto industry. So yeah, a little bit more into it. So fiat on and off ramps are logical first targets of the operation. A letter to Silvergate from Sens Roger Marshall, Elizabeth Warren, and John Kennedy preceded rival signature, having the total value of crypto related deposits in December. Absolutely crazy. And here are a couple quotes from Donald Trump, what he said about this. He said that the rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry. People who want to see your industry thrive, not die. Okay, moving on. And by the way, quickly going back to it, actually, he also mentioned that he wants to start a Bitcoin and crypto advisory council. Okay, so moving on to the second one is that he is against CBDCs, and he said, quote, there will never be a CBDC. Okay, so points to talk about. He talked about, he wants to defend the right for self-custody. And he said America will be the nation the nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of speech, freedom of transaction, freedom of association. Absolutely very bullish. If you guys didn't know what is CBDCs, these are central bank digital currencies. In theory and on paper, this sounds really great. Okay, because it just means that banks are going to onboard crypto. No, it kind of is in a twisted way the most centralized version of a cryptocurrency. Not the greatest in my opinion, and of course Donald Trump knows this as well. I think Donald Trump and Richard Hart would make for a really great podcast. That's a side note. But moving on. Second, extend the dominance of the US dollar through stablecoins. He mentioned that the man realizes it. Provide a regulatory clarity. Create a framework responsible for expansion of stablecoins. Okay, there will be billions of people will be brought into the crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So super smart. He understands that obviously stablecoins, by the way, are super profitable. Look at USDT. Look at their quarterly profits, making absolute bank. You know what I mean? And as well, this does extend the dominance of the dollar, because of course all the stablecoins that you are using right now in crypto are USD dollars, so it only makes sense for them to promote it. Okay, so yeah, that's another bullish piece for sure. Next up, reduce taxes. So Donald Trump has spoken about this before. He wanted to extend the corporate reduce the corporate tax, but he also wants to extend it, the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. He wants to make no tax on tips, which is really great. By the way, if you guys didn't know, what would happen when you reduce corporate tax, I think this will obviously have an overall good effect, obviously, because when you now reduce taxes, guess what? Revenue on paper starts to look even higher. It will start to basically promote entrepreneurship. It's going to start to generally be good for the economy, basically. Okay, and I summarized it here by taking a snippet. We estimate making TCGA permanent and further reducing the corporate income tax would be pro-growth, boosting long-run GDP by 1.2% and capital stock by 1.1%, wages by 0.4%, and employment by 926,000 full-time equivalent jobs. Okay, the second point, ladies and gentlemen, he mentioned is the end of the endless wars. Okay, one of them being, of course, the one with Ukraine and Russia. Okay, and in here he talks about both sides will be able to come together and negotiate a deal that ends the violence and paves a path forward for prosperity. Talking about obviously the war with Ukraine and Russia, Donald Trump here claims that he can end the war in a day. Okay, so yeah, the United States has provided tens of billions of dollars in military assistance to Kyiv since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, though a Trump victory in the November election would put Washington's continued support into question. Okay, and Putin has also commented, by the way, Putin has always claimed to be open to talks on ending the conflict. So we'll see how it goes. Donald Trump obviously has a very good record with being very great with international relations. And yeah, very interesting to... and also a very fun fact is that during his presidential run, there was actually 0 new wars and almost 0 more inflation, by the way. I think it stayed at 1.2% during Trump as a president. So yeah, these are good news. Okay, moving on to the fact that he mentioned that he wants to hold 100% of the Bitcoin held by the US government. If you guys didn't know, by the way, governments around the world are actually holding crypto. Okay, and US is one of the biggest ones, holding around 215,000 Bitcoin, which right now estimates to be around 15 billion. Absolutely crazy. So he wants to move that where he will hold it as a strategic position, or even potentially move it to the balance sheets of the Federal Reserve, along with holding gold and other stuff, of course. So this is quite bullish. You can see this is a illustration that shows what are the other comparison to other countries. China is a huge competitor. Okay, huge competitor. The only thing that I remember that this is incorrect is that Germany actually owns 0 Bitcoin, to be exact, by the way. So I think they actually sold all of that. So a big L to Germany. There you have it. Yeah, they left, and then the pump had to just go without them. You know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, that does take us to the end of the video. I just wanted to summarize the latest and greatest news, why Donald Trump will save crypto, will make crypto thrive, flourish, thanks to him being pro crypto, and of course the people around him and stuff like that. Really great. People like Michael Saylor literally said Bitcoin could go to the millions. We're talking about 13 to 40 something million by 2045. Absolutely crazy numbers. And yeah, it is, it seems more and more realistic when you think about the fact how crazy the crypto world and the politics world are really now becoming intertwined. You know what I mean? Like yeah, it really is a clash of different universes, and here we are. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. It is literally 2 a.m. I finished researching this. I finished putting this together. I'm going to go to sleep right after this. Let me know what you think of it. Do you want me to make more videos like this? I hope you guys been enjoying it. Of course, keeping you guys up to the latest and greatest with the news of the crypto world. And of course, go check out Pulsechain. By the way, if you are looking into the leverages of the crypto world, not financial advice. This never was financial advice, but I'm just saying, check out my other videos, subscribe for more videos like this. You can become a YouTube member, or you can buy me a coffee to keep me awake at these times when I'm doing my late night researches. I really appreciate you guys' support. Join my Telegram, link in the description if you have any questions. I have my email, I have my Telegram, all usernames in the description as well. You can send me a message. I'll take time out of my day to answer you back. I'll catch you guys soon, and take care.